projects, programs, and activities should align to this priority agenda of the Bangsamoro government. So kung titingnan natin, lahat po yan ay kailangan namin naka-align dyan yung ating mga ginagawa to have the overall and the cohesive, empowered, and resilient Bangsamoro. I will not go one by one to that. So itong, ano ba ito? Ipapakita ko lang sa inyo kung ano yung framework. Mayroon tayong vision, a Bangsamoro that is united, enlightened, self-governing, peaceful, just, morally upright, and progressive. And that mission statement, we are guided by moral governance and pursuit of genuine and meaningful autonomy. Ibig sabihin po, inclusive po yung ating governance, yung ating bureaucracy, from planning to implementation. It should be inclusive, it should be community-driven and people-centric. And overall goal natin is empowered, cohesive, and progressive Bangsamoro. Itong 6 development goals natin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, saan po naka-align ang economic zones? Nandito po siya sa equitable, competitive, and robust economy. So yan po yung alignment ng ating eco-zone. Create an enabling environment towards equitable, competitive, and robust economy. And of course, it includes harness, technology and innovations, and promote ecological integrity. Hindi ibig sabihin na pag may development, kaligtaan na rin natin yung environmental and social safeguards. So ito kanina, na-mention na ito kanina ni Libby, no? Ni Attorney Abbas regarding the comparative advantages of farm. Ito yung mayroon tayo. But we're not able to maximize the full potential of these advantages. Bakit kaya? When we go out of this room, we have to reflect the reason of why we're not able to fully maximize. What are the call to actions? I will just go through with this long term. This is part of our long-term physical and sectoral plan framework, the BSDF, that was already endorsed by the PEDC and to be approved by the Parliament. This is 2024 to 2050 Bangsamoro Spatial Development Framework Plan. So that's the agglomeration, no? Yung agglomeration natin, yung mga key zones and the keynotes. So we are, our framework natin po ay Salam Bangsamoro. Salam means sustainable, accelerated, long-term agglomeration of multimodal Bangsamoro. How we connect, despite of our landscape from mainland to island, and the corridor development, and the greater Metro Cotabato. I think one of the opportunities in the industry, kailangan tingnan din natin ito, yung renewable energy, the electricity, and of course, yung ating mga oil and natural gas reserves. And of course, lastly is the call to action is critical. Hindi po kakayanin ng isang ahensya lang ang pagkakaroon ng isang inclusive growth and peace building and institutional reform, but it is a whole of society and whole of sectoral approach. And what are the strategic call to actions to support the second BDP? The institutionalization of the Bangsamoro Economic Zone or the BEZA law. No, hanggang wala po tayong established na ganun, there's always a limitations in the executions of its mandate. And the inclusive and thematic economic zone, we have to intensify more feasibility studies and ba talaga yung mga potential economic zones and strengthen the infrastructure and utilities, the connectivity, the water, and the electricity as part of the infrastructure and utilities. I think that's the end of my presentation. This is the hope of the Bangsamoro children in the bar. So hopefully, pagpalain Bangsamoro, and sana this is not just a slogan, but this is our hope that we give every child no one left behind. Maraming salamat po.
Very well, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Before I call the board told me, well, I don't understand bakit mahirap. Why is it that your country is so poor? You know what? If you can only explore what's inside the Mindanao, you can feed the world. And I was shocked. What? Yes, if we can only discover what's inside Mindanao, you can feed the entire world. And I was surprised. And I hope all of us here will help to navigate, to explore the impossible possibilities what's inside Mindanao. Ma'am, thank you so much for that very powerful presentation. This time, ladies and gentlemen, we proceed to our next presenter. Our presenter is the Economic Zone Administrator of PEZA BCEZ. He will be talking about the economic zones explained, incentive, operations, and regional benefits. Friends, let us welcome Attorney Autora Adilkhan P. Arok.
Thank you for that kind introduction, Dr. Bong. Greetings and courtesies to our families and behalf of the Philippine Economic Zone Authority. We would like to extend our gratitude to the Bangsamoro Economic Zone Authority for inviting us in this forum and share with you PEZA's best practices in the hope that what is PEZA today, PEZA will also be tomorrow. So, first of all, greetings again to our interim Chief Minister, Honorable Abdurrauf Abduwas, represented by Honorable Abdullah Hussain, and Minister Abdullah Hashim, to our host local government unit, headed by Governor Dato' Tukaw Mastura, and Honorable City Mayor Muhammad Ali Mutagalaw, to our Minister in the MTIP, Honorable Farzina Muhammad, to our guests, fellow civil servants, and investors. Magandang umaga sa ating lahat. It's almost lunchtime and my presentation will take about 30 minutes, but I will try to do justice in presenting to you a condensed version of PEZA's presentation. We were tasked to share to you the incentive packages, operations, and regional benefits that are being experienced by the Philippine Economic Zone Authority. So, since the incentives part have been explained already by the PEZA a while ago, I may dispense with this part. But to just give you the salient features of the Create More, which is Create More stands for corporate recovery and tax incentives for enterprises to maximize opportunities to reinvigorate the economy. Ito po ay amendment ng dating Create Law noong 2021. And in its entirety, it's an amendment to the National Internal Revenue Code na pinapatupad po ng Bureau of Internal Revenue. So, since this has already been explained a while ago by PEZA, I will just go on to the key features of this Create More. So, it enhances the tax incentives, number one. Second is that it addressed the ambiguities and expanded the coverage of that, because its predecessor, your Create, has somehow been challenged by the investor community because of the VAT application and the VAT exemption and zero VAT rating available. And then it also improved the ease of doing business, and then it strengthened governance and accountability, and lastly, ito po hindi na masyadong relevant sa ating discussion for today. So ito po yung na-establish na natin kanina. These are the options. I will not go deal with them pa-isa-isa. Okay. Special corporate income tax, of course. Again, the Create More. Dati po, before the Create More, lahat ng investment promotion agencies are governed by their charters. They can give their respective incentive packages. So pagalingan mo sila kung sino mas attractive incentive package dito pumupunta yung mga investors. With the Create More, the Philippine government has decided to adopt a uniform and rationalized incentive package. So ano po yung incentives na pinoprovide ng PEZA? Ni SBNA, ni Clark Development Corporation, ni PCBA, at si PEZA po, kasama pa natin po yan as Investor Promotion Agency. Pare-pareho po kami gumagamit ng Create More. Ang pagkakaiba na lang po is yung mga tinatawag natin na non-fiscal incentives para lalo mahikaya ang mga mamumuhunan, mapa-domestic man or mapa-foreign na mamumuhunan po sa ating mga regions. So, ito lang po siya. So, I will just skip to this one.
Ang Google Photos ka?
Key feature. Kasi ito was very contentious before wala kang Create More. Dati lang kasi, noong 2021, para mag-avail mo sa incentive, magpa-tax base o non-tax base, kailangan exclusively and directly use sa operation. Now it has been relaxed by the Create More. Now, basta lang directly attributable to the registered project, meaning incidental and usually necessary siya, ma-avail mo po na mga locators, na mga developers, na nag-invest sa mga resource natin, ang lahat ng mga incentives na po. By the way, yung DESA po, yung Bangsamoro Economic Zone Authority, yung Bangsamoro Organic Law, it was explicitly stated na it shall be have the same powers as that of the Philippine Economic Zone Authority. Kaya po kami ay malugod at masaya na tumutulong at pag-collaborate po sa PEZA. Na kung ano po ang meron si Philippine Economic Zone Authority in terms of its best practices is ma-share po namin sa inyo. Hindi po sa kalaman ng iba, malambay collaboration po si PEZA and si PEZA. May mga immersions po na po kami ginagawa sa ating mga economic zones. Yung mga officials natin sa PEZA ay nag-immerse po ng 1 week, 2 week immersion program sa ating mga public economic zones. So kami po ay nalulugod na i-share po sa inyo. In the next open forum, we will be open for any questions so that yung mga nabigis po namin dito ng mga items ay ma-elucidate further namin. So ito po yung dating walang hindi na-avail. Pag create more, lahat po ng expenses na related po sa mga janitorial, financial, and everything, as you can see on the screen, are now subject to the entitlement of the VAT zero rating and customs duty available exemption.
Media rotation international.
Later on, before I end, I will be showing to you a visual presentation of Philippine Economic Zone Authority. In the interest of time, pwede po IT department natin na AVP 1 lang. So let me go first with let me continue. So I will go directly with the operations.
Yan lang yung wala.
Yung second goal, yung second topic that was assigned to us.
Mayroon din.
Ito pala, before I go to operations, with the Create More, meron yung tinatawag na RBL, yung Registered Business Enterprise Local Tax. This concerns the local government units, yung mga host communities, yung host LGUs. Because under the Create More, they can, in general, may exceptions po, but in general, they can, during income tax holiday, enact ordinances that will enable them to collect fees and charges. Ang maximum rate po niyan ay 2% of the gross income earned by the locator. So, early this year, first quarter, nagkaroon po ng forum sa Iloilo, wherein the DILG, Department of Finance, DTI, and the Bureau of Local Government Finance, wherein one of the topics that was discussed was the guidelines and imposition of the local taxes. So ang goal nito, the objective is for this joint memorandum circular, draft pa lang, is to have a uniform procedure imposing local taxes and fees. In fact, they have already have this draft ordinance para may template po sila ilabang.
Dalawa
Going to
yan.
operations,
Nakatapos yung isa.
ito po yung isang part wherein another component, like a motivation for the investors na mag-stay and even expand their operations within the economic zone. So, hindi po mawawala yung import, export, yung tinatawag na local sales, magbebenta kayo sa domestic market. Interzone transfers, pwede po yan mangyari. Like si PEZA, magkakaroon ng intra-transfer sa SPNA, locator to locator. Even DEZA, kapag may yung locators nila, kung sakaling meron ng services na kakailanganin sa ibang ecozones, like sa PEZA, yan po ay magkakaroon to play. So, makikita mo natin ang imports, no? A special economic zone will not exist without the presence of the Bureau of Customs.
Breaking
Kasi
the top
import po
most
tayo
wanted
sa
person
import and export. We import our raw materials, our capital equipment, and for that reason, lahat po ng special economic zones, even public economic zones, yung mga owned by the government, are special customs territory. Kaya po, palagi nandyan, yung IPA, may counterpart po yan na Bureau of Customs personnel. Kaso nga lang, iba lang yung tinitingnan nila kasi mayroon na mga incentives. Ang tinitingnan na lang nila is yung other guidelines na nakapasok po doon sa Joint Memorandum Circular na in-observe between the two affiliates, between the two government agencies. So, ito po, yung dapat natin somehow achieve the idea is to digitalize. Kasi po, with the globalization, mabilis na po masyado yung pag-order between locator to locator. In fact, lahat tayo gumagamit ng mga Lazada, Shopee. And even our payment is through the electronic payment collection system. Dapat po ma-adapt po natin yan sa ating mga ecozones in order for the locators to continue expanding because ito po yung nag-iingat sa kanila. Maliban po sa incentives, yung mga services na napapadali yung kanilang doing business in the Philippines is truly equally important as that of the incentives provided. So, sa PEZA po, meron po natitira, konti na lang manual, but the goal is to make it 100% digitalized. So, I'm sure, na-mention din po ng ating mga resource persons kanina, na kasama po sa mga factors yung digitalization. Hindi lang po sa infrastructure, physical, but even the information technology.
IHL mo, ICRC.
Ito na po yan, yung
IHL mo,
MOA
ICRC.
between Customs and PEZA. Nakapalogo dyan kung paano po magkaroon ng partnership ng dalawang ahensya ng gobyerno in the inspection, examination, imports, those coming in, and those coming out in the export. Another key feature that will gain confidence to our locators for any IPAs is the presence of a incident command center. Command center po yan. In short, yan po yung mga high definition CCTVs kung saan napapantayan po natin yung mga ins and outs, pagpasok ng mga goods sa mga containerized goods sa ating mga ecozones at paglabas. So, even the protection and the deterrence of crimes, because where there is an economic activity, meron pong kakambal yan na crimes. So, it will give confidence to the locators to have, or the ecozone, to have this command center. Kasi laki po, sa PEZA po, ating itong screen. Every public economic zone, meron ganyan na screen, itong nakikita natin. Wherein lahat ng mga entry points sa mga delicate areas ng ecozone ay nakikita po ng central command system. So, another thing is that since special customs territory siya, meron din ang special economic zone, meron din pong police, yung zone police na tinatawag. Kung may police po yung mga customs, o customs police, meron din po yung mga ecozones, meron din silang mga police powers na tinatawag. So, uniformed personnel, yes, and they are part of the Regional Law Enforcement Coordinating Council. Lahat po ng mga crime situation every month, nagpapatawag po yung Regional Law Enforcement Coordinating Council para po yung mga economic zones na naiinitahan. Dahil nasa economic activity na nangyari sa mga economic zones, puro po yung dahil sa surrounding environment. So,
I-specify the name.
ito po, dito pa kakapareho yung mga PESA at ang PESA. Yung creation po ng PESA noong 1995 from its predecessor EPSA, PESA seeks to develop economic zones, public economic zones. So, we encourage the private sector to invest. So dahil po dyan, dahil po sa vision na yan, before 1995, yung mga PESA locators po, is nasa 331 na. Compared to present, na 4,000 plus na siya. And sa operating level zones, na 16 lang, ngayon all over the country, meron na po tayo 427 economic zones versus 16. So dyan po natin nakikita yung distinction ng involving the private sector. Kaya po yung tayo may mga trade missions, may mga road shows where we engage the participation of the collaboration of the private sector. So tingnan natin po yung kind of jobs. Just imagine, nung at present, sa Philippine Economic Zone Authority na po ito, hindi kasama dito yung other IPAs. Sa PESA pa lang, meron ng 1,720,000 direct employees. So, yan po yung naitibigay ng economic zone sa isang LGU. And even yung mga adjacent LGUs or host LGUs, nakikinabang din po sila dahil kadami yung livelihood around that region. So, that translates to employment, that translates to economy, that increases the GDP of that particular LGU. Ito po, sana, wish namin na sa PESA ay someday ma-achieve din nila. Because ito po yung pinapatupad, this is what is being practiced in Philippine Economic Zone Authority throughout all its 4,427 economic zones. Yung one-stop shop, hindi po yan. Kapapansin ko ninyo may visa because we have expats. No? Yung mga foreign direct investors natin, mga expats na. So, they don't have to go to the Bureau of Immigration. Kailangan meron po ang service na ganyan. So, PESA visa, i-adapt po natin yan. Yung building and occupancy permits, dapat po, in the case of the Philippine Economic Zone Authority versus Caracas, the Supreme Court has pronounced that the public economic zone po, within its means and bounds, mapapatupad ng National Building Code of the Philippines will be the office of the building official of that economic zone to the exclusion po ng LGU. That is para mabigyan yung ating mga mamumuhunan na isa lang po yung kausap nila, yung IPA lang po, ang concern, in this case, sa PESA. And then, syempre, yung environment compliance certificate na involved sa DENR, wala po tayo na ipapatayo ng establishment na magkakaroon ng environmental impact without involvement of the DENR. Pero kailangan tulungan po natin ang mga investors natin in coming up with their ECC. On the right side of the screen are digital transportation and automation of the Philippine Economic Zone Authority. Mahaba po yan, pero na po yan. If not all, mostly, if not all are already being used. So, karamihan dyan, mapa-building permit, mapa-import-export permit, mapa-engineering permit, yung tinatawag natin na DNR na mga guidelines na dapat i-comply. Nandiyan po lahat dyan, ginawa na po natin yan na digitalize. Even, number 12 is in the pipeline, digital marketplace. Para po in the layman's parlance, yan po yung mga Shopee. Lazada. Wherein, doon na lang pumupunta yung mga ecozone, mga locators, tinitingnan nila kung saan nila pwedeng bilhin yung kanilang raw materials. Mapapabilis yung kanilang yung mga choices, yung availment nila. And coupled with that, kailangan meron tayo, number 3, electronic payment and collection system. Para diretso na po, in the comforts of your own office, Hindi mo na kailangan pumunta kung sa economic zone para magbayad, para bumila. Through these systems, mapapadali po yung transactions ng mga allocators. And this will
Ada menung kuha na.
help them, or this will entice them more to invest more. Yung nandito na, mag-expand. So what we have cases po, ng mga nasa economic zones, nag-expand sa ibang economic zones. So hindi po malayo sa in the near future, yung mga lalo na yung mga economic zones na nandito sa Mindanao, pwede po mag-expand sa farm through EDSA. So, regional benefits, last topic. Of course, for every worker sa economic zone, there's a study by MEDA na for every worker, mayroong 6
Kasi last month
na
po
work
tayo.
na jobs na pwede ma-create. Yan yung tinatawag natin multiplier effect. So,
Kasi makabot ako.
Talagang lahat ng mga ecozones, lahat ng mga LGUs na co-host ng economic zone is surely walang pagdududa is aabot talaga yung level ng kanilang status as a city or as a municipality. So, makikita po natin sa PESA pa lang po ito, dito sa Mindanao, 42 special economic zones. Economic zones po yan, which is home of, again, hundreds, thousands of locators. Nakapasok po dyan. So makikita natin, Luzon-centric, no? 300, kumpara sa atin sa Mindanao. So we really have to work with the MINDA, yung mga presence ng itong sa Bangsamoro, sa MORN. We have to integrate our efforts para lumago yung ating economic climate dito po sa Mindanao. So maybe in Mindanao we have the agro-industrial parks. Kaya po tayo malakas. Because kung saan po, ano po yung ilong ng LGU, na God-given resources by the Almighty, is yun po rin po ginagamit natin. So, masagalan po tayo sa mga na-mention na kanina ng mga crops. That's why yan po yung ginagamit natin ng mga raw materials. Wherein, nakakaroon po tayo ng mga finished products in the form of these raw materials ng mga crops na ina-export po natin. So, na-mention na po yan kanina ng ating other presenters. So, emerging po dyan ng IT parks. Napapansin ninyo, dahil globalization na nga po, no? Even sa mga organized cities, pwede na tayo, lumalago na rin yung mga IT parks at saka IT centers, yung mga tinatawag ng mga call centers. In fact, pinakamarami sa mga employment na nag-generate
Sa akin ako mo na-register sa Microsoft.
So, isa po din po yan na pwedeng i-explore ng EDSA. Ito, na-explain na po natin yung paglago by involving the cooperation of the private sector. Ito po yung snapshot of the investment climate sa PESA. So, mostly yan po yung nakikita natin. Number 1 and 2 is yung Japanese and the American. And they are mainly engaged in electronics and semiconductors and IT services. So, perhaps makaka-pick up tayo dyan ng kasi pwede tayo pinatawag ng constructive export. Meron po tayong interzone transfers na kailangan ng mga other locators na makakomplement po ng ating economic zone.
Makulay ang buhay sa gulay.
Ito po, na-explain na natin ang special economic zone, yung page niya, essential features.
Direct ka ng timawa,
You
bakit
can speak
siya?
with that.
Kasi may kuwanak sa Microsoft. Hindi, yung tawag yung number. Picture tanong pa ka.
Ito po, yung nila. Just to give you an idea. Sa PESA pa lang ito, excluding pa yung other zones. Investments. Magsimula na lang tayo sa 2023.
Sa kanila ka, picture tanong.
In US dollars.
Sa kanila. Mira.
20 billion.
Mira.
In 2023 alone. Nag-invest po. Sa Mindanao alone.
Yak, pakamo nga ito yan.
Sa records pa lang ni PESA. And in 2024, bumagsak siya to 3 billion. And then currently, this year, hanggang August lang na figures, nasa 7 billion pesos. Nasa
Yan
7
kapay natin.
billion US dollars na po ang investment.
Lalaki mo.
Total approved
Dahan-dahan.
investments. Diyan po natin makikita
Dahan na
yung
yan,
investor confidence na meron na rin namumuhunan sa Pilipinas.
Dahan ma'am, pinuhan ka natin.
Next,
Dahan na yagasan, gipa. Tet.
ito, yung exports.
Dahan
2020 again, tignan natin. In Mindanao, in US dollars.
Tet, ang
Average po, naka-average ng 2 million from 2023 up to present. Employment. Mindanao alone, noong 2023, nasa 103,000 employees.
Dahil kabaga, bagoryak sa crops.
And then, pag po yan, hindi yan every year na dadagdagan ng 100,000. Iba po yung appreciation ng grant na ito. It just means na ngayong present, January to August of 2025, nasa 100,000 plus ang mga employees na nasa loob na nagtatrabaho sa economic zones in Mindanao. So, para po siyang Marinta City or even a smaller component like a barangay, yung mga economic zones natin. Then, ito po, pwede po may tanong na, pwede ba yung LGU magpatayo ng ecozone? Yes, answer is yes. Pwede po. Ito po yung mga cases natin na mga LGU sponsored. LGU po yung mga nagpa-register. So, Kamsur, Cebu South Properties, sa Leyte po meron, Kapana, sila po, initiative po ng local government unit. So, kung gaano po ka-aggressive yung ating leadership sa ating mga LGUs, pwede po initiate sila ng sarili nilang ecozone. Apart from the existing ecozone na hino-host nila, pwede po sila makipag-compete. So, competition is the key. Lalo na, maraming choices, mas maraming pagpipilihan ng ating mga mamumuhunan.
Ano ba?
Then,
Registration pa.
ito po yung benefits na nakukuha ng host local government. Kanina sa incentives, in general, of the 5% special corporate income tax na isang binabayaran ng
Pamili ka sa
isang
kinako
lokito,
na po. Pamili ka sa
manufacturer, 2% po dyan napupunta sa local government unit. Directly paid to the local treasurer. So, we have here for Mindanao only, we have for the entire Philippines, pero for purposes of this presentation, sinishare ko po sa inyo na pwede tayo mag-benchmark dito sa ating mga kapitbahay because halos pare-pareho po yung ating mga agro-industrial din po sila. So, as you can see in the screen, malaki po, iyan nyo na lang sa Surigao del Norte. 2023, nabayad nila ng local taxes and fees, nasa 124 million pesos. Sa Zamboanga del Norte. Sa Lanao del Norte po, meron po sa Baloy, 8 million, 2023 figure. So, yan po yung pupunta din sa local government unit. Lumalago din po sila through this share na 2% share in the gross income earned. So, yan po yung mga economic regional benefits. So, ito po yung mga example. Every LGU na nag-host ng special economic zones, their class elevates to its highest potential. Makikita po natin dito na from the moment na nagkaroon po ng economic zone, dyan sa mga LGUs na yan, is tumataas po yung kanilang class from its previous, before pre-ecozone development. Kaya dahil po doon sa economic activity na nai-introduce po ng ating mga economic zones. So, this
Sa akin, try ko lang
pwede natin kanikulan. Ang magandang po sa mesa
Yan ko lang gamit ang gamit sa sultan ng kawa.
dahil sa autonomy ng
Yung
mesa.
natin,
Hindi na po kailangan dumiretso pa sa office ng president para i-proclaim
Kasi
ang isang
pinisip ko.
area
Ang mga
na isang
dapat magdaw ni Doc kapag hindi mo na nagtitiritin bago magkano sa mga
as recommended by
Ay, pala ni Doc.
the chief, pwede na po ma-proclaim ang isang area within the park as a special economic zone, as a special economic zone. So para kung comparison, ito lang yung pinapakita natin sa inyo. Pero yun nga, ang kagandaan ng autonomy is you can chart. Mas mabilis po yung process.
Tinawagan ko, di-reply. Thank you.
So this is not about the requirements. Well, you have also your own requirements. Of course, tinutulungan din natin po yan, hindi dahil nandyan po yan.
Tawagan ko ba lumang kanina ko muna miss ko.
Pabayaan lang natin yung investors. We somehow help them. Kaya nga tayo meron tawag investment promotion divisions sa ating mga economic zones sa mesa. Lalo na, papagkaroon po tayo yan para tinutulungan natin mag-comply yung prospective locator na mag-comply po niya na para ma-register po siya sa atin. So, that will be all. On behalf of the Director General, Teresa Opana, of the Philippine Economic Zone Authority, maraming salamat po. Hindi po dito nagtatapos ang ating collaboration. Nandito po kami sa Philippine Economic Zone Authority, lalo na po ang inyong lingkod, isa hanggang sa Moro, na taos puso gustong tumulong sa mesa. Maraming salamat po. Thank you very much.
Very well, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Our very own Economic Zone Administrator of PEZA, Easy, or as he mentioned about the economic zones explained, incentive operations of regional benefits. So, maraming salamat po for the skyrocketed presentation, and I hope that everyone is actually inspired how to make a difference to their specific region offices. This time, I know that everybody is excited to really listen to our discussion, but before that, of course, it's already lunchtime, okay? We become injustice if we will not listen to if we will not satiate the needs of our body. So we would like to request people here to please stand because the food is actually served there. Also here, dito po sa atin, the foods are actually served there. And of course, to our VIPs, panel discussants, our resource persons, and our guests, please enjoy our lunch. So ladies and gentlemen, while you are enjoying your lunch, bon appetit, we will be entertained and hopefully be enjoying our cultural presentation brought to you by Cotabato Dance Bureau. I hope that you were able to key in your questions to our QR code earlier. You're able to scan it because later, during our part of the discussion, there will be answering or doing a lot of clarifications based on the presentation that they will be making and based on our hoping that it will be informative discourse with our faculty. So, once again, ladies and gentlemen, be entertained by an electrifying performance from Cotabato Dance Bureau in their cultural presentation. Please enjoy.
Jet naman eh. Ground floor ba?
Under the Marcos administration, ay naalagaan at napalo ang 427 Edisons sa buong bansa. Meron itong 4,382 located projects o companies sa Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. Sa mga industriya na information technology, manufacturing, agro-industrial,
Nakanabibigyan ka?
at medical tools.
Ka na. Ba, naman ko sa kapo. Kung katawarin ko, madaki magkakano. Katawarin mo, madaki magkakano. Kahit lang ka, anak ko. Ayan naman ito. Ayan. Umaga. Lagi pagpita. Ano ka, pagkayo sa untulamay, masarap. Pagkayo ka sa untulamay.
Kabilang sa emerging Edisons na nais itatag ni Pangulong Marcos ay ang
No, balingani kay mama, ikaw okay nito?
isang
Nangamada.
na nagtataan ng husay ang sektor ng tuwa, medisina at pamamalin ang presyo nito. At upang top investment destination ang Pilipinas sa buong ASEAN region ay nasa early stages of development na ang pagpapatayo ng mega economic zones.
Ambitious by far na gusto i-launch ng PESA yung tinatawag natin mega economic zone. Large scale, yung Palawan, so meron tayong collaboration bureau of operations.
Bawal ang puwan tayo.
8,000 hectares.
Jadi yan, nasa dami. Magurang ka sa may.
Mas maraming trabaho. Ito ang pangakong patuloy
Namulat sila.
ng Pangulo at ng PESA. Isang magandang sinyalis na pangkas para talaga
Ang pambupen, tiyabag mo na lumo.
investors sa ating bansa.
Okay, ako mag-
Sa bagong Pilipinas, patuloy ang trabaho. Patuloy ang pagbabago.
Last na, one.
Dek, ni kailangan ko ito naman. Okay ito buwangan? Ha? Okay buwangan ko naman? Ha? Pagka-blooming ka sa ko lang higamit ka na. Ha? Pagka-blooming ka sa ko lang higamit ka. Ha? Basi. Babagulot-ulot ako man sa maya. Kadamo ko ng tawag. Kadamo ko ng tawag. Oh? Sabi ko ko. Oh, di ko. Oh? Ayun.
Ini ate Tea, nagkuha na ito.
Belum sinor.
Ate Tea, nagkuha na ito. USB na ka.
Type C mo.
Ay, nilaki niya. USB na.
JFS ng ka. Hindi ka sila di kagansaran. Google sa ka, i-grow mo ka. Magasaraan na i-Google. Mahagad ang idea ko. Yang ko pa idea, naganti-rati ko as Red Cross Youth. Red Cross Youth ang pamembro. Yung kami ni Ludi. Natawan ko na kasi, membro ako na. Red Cross ba yun? Red Cross B? RC. International Crescent Red Cross.
Businesses benefit from a range of incentives and privileges to create a conducive environment for companies to thrive, invest, and expand their operations. What I appreciate about this is it takes a whole country approach to attract investors. DESA is always willing to work with other government offices to mix
Name? ICR, one, IHL. IHL. IHL, YCR. What? IHL, YCR.
IHL.
Hindi tanongin na lang.
Ano daw ang name of ICRC activity?
IHL, Media Orientation.
IHL.
Media Orientation. Kung ba? Dang seminar daway. Kasi pagpupunta mo, na pa nila kung ano, bago-orientation tanong ba? Natop seminar, bago-orientation.
Ito pa activity ko.
Bakang sama PM ka. Kapakit mo na, PM kita. Pwede ka pa kayo di cellphone ni Prinsisteran ka.
It's the partnership that we enjoy with PESA. PESA has a high level of quality when it comes to doing visa business.
The first time.
First time? Why? Hindi tanongin sa habang natangin. Yan yung katana kapagkat. Kasi po mirenda.
May ngangapa.
Lahat mo ito pinawin.
Or what have you heard about the RC?
Tigadaan ko po makinig sa gunapan.
Yan
Mamili ka sa mida. Sa gunapan tika makinig. Sa gunapan tika makinig. Para lang yung
my first time.
Investment destination in Asia, united with a common goal of building a stronger, more inclusive nation, making jobs for the Filipino people.
Have you seen the Red Cross emblem before? Yes. Dito.
Yan.
Have you seen the Red Cross emblem before?
Uy, ma, nilin ka na padasi.
It.
Nilin ka, nakikasama ba emblem? Red Cross.
Why hindi?
Sa gunapan ka pa pwede mele.
No. No? Naglaba na. Yan pa pa ni emblem eh.
Sa akin, kaya ko yun sa mga koton.
Uy, nagtanong mo kilit.
Pag-kailan ka?
Yes na.
Yes. Kasi siya kaya sa koton yun. Red Cross na.
Convergence with a dynamic future of progress and promise. From its journey of struggle and triumph, from the chapters into which history
Pagkakon sa bilaw-bilaw na. Ha? Kakalilawan na.
is more than just a story of resilience. It is a region of opportunity, rich in culture, natural resources, and emerging economic potential. Supporting Mark's journey toward progress and prosperity is the Bangsamoro Economic Zone Authority, an agency attached to the Ministry of Trade, Investments and Tourism, mandated to develop, manage, and promote economic zones, industrial estates,
Sundetan ka. Pagkadali signal ka.
jobs, attract investments, and uplift Bangsamoro communities. Its mandate Bangsamoro
Saan ka
Administrative
kumpleto
Code,
sa gamit?
which tasks
Sa gamit, mali ang kailangan na.
overseeing their planning, operations, management, and implementation of programs, projects, and activities. As one of the country's recognized investment promotion agencies under the Republic Act number 12066, or the Corporate Recovery and Tax Incentives for Enterprises to maximize opportunities for invigorating the Economy Act, BEZA is empowered to grant fiscal and non-fiscal incentives, streamline business processes, and position BARM as a competitive, investor-friendly region where local strengths connect with global opportunities. As an accredited IPA, BEZA offers one of the most competitive incentive packages in the Philippines today. Up to 8 years of income tax holiday, duty-free importation of equipment and raw materials, VAT exemptions on imports and purchases, enhanced deduction privileges, tax credits for allowable local taxes and import duties, full repatriation of profits for foreign investors, and up to 99 years of land lease coverage. Beyond incentives, BARM offers lower utility rates, improving internet connectivity, affordable land leases, and access to a young, skilled, and trainable workforce. At the heart of BEZA's economic engine is the Puyallup and Economic Zone, the only officially declared government economic zone in BARM. Located in Palang, Maguindanao del Norte, PIFES spans 119 hectares with direct maritime access to ASEAN trade routes and the Brunei Darussalam, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines East ASEAN Road area. As a declared international port of entry, it gives investors smoother access to global markets. PIFES stands out with a deep water coastline, perfect for cargo and shipbuilding, natural disaster resilience, cultural alignment with the halal economy, existing port terminals, storage facilities, and ongoing infrastructure improvements. Opportunities in PIFES include shipbuilding, agri-processing, warehousing, halal industries, and renewable energy ventures. Across BARM, several sites have been identified as potential economic zones, each aligned with the strengths of its local resources and each offering clear opportunities for investors, locators, and developers to take part. In Tawi-Tawi, a proposed maritime and tourism zone perfectly aligns with its identity as the seaweed capital of the Philippines, contributing nearly half of the country's total seaweed production and thriving in the fisheries sector. This opens vast opportunities in seaweed processing, aquaculture, and sustainable tourism ventures. Strategically located near Malaysia, Indonesia, and Singapore, Tawi-Tawi also holds great promise for a future free-port zone, a gateway for trade and innovation in the region. To realize this vision, we welcome developers to invest in modern seaweed processing facilities, cold chain storage, aquaculture support systems, and tourism infrastructure, building on Tawi-Tawi's natural strengths toward a brighter and more connected future. In Matarnog, Maguindanao del Norte, a proposed halal agri-industrial zone harnesses the municipality's abundant port, bean, and coconut production, making it a prime site for halal-certified food processing and packaging industries. To bring this vision to life, we call on developers to invest in halal-certified facilities, testing and certification laboratories, storage hubs, and expert packaging plants, strengthening the region's position in the global halal value chain. In Guadalcanal del Sur, a proposed agricultural economic zone capitalizes on its role centers that drive innovation in high-value crops. In Namitan City, Basilan, a potential agro-industrial hub, there also is vast coconut and avocado plantations, with strong potential for fiber, oil refining, and rubber processing industries. To realize this potential, we seek developers to establish processing mills, packaging centers, and transport links, infrastructure that will strengthen the supply chain and empower local industries toward long-term growth. Together, these proposed economic zones embody how Bora's natural wealth can evolve into thriving industries that create jobs, generate opportunities, and lay the foundation for sustainable peace. And with your partnership as locators, investors, and developers, BEZA bridges economic zone development with inclusive economic growth, ensuring that every investment nurtures not only prosperity, but also the lasting stability and peace that the Bangsamoro truly deserves.
Imagine a place designed to attract businesses, create jobs, and boost local growth. This is an economic zone. Inside an economic zone, investors enjoy incentives like tax breaks, simplified permits, and world-class infrastructure. But it's not just about business. It's about empowering communities, creating jobs, and connecting local products to global markets. Together, we build a stronger Bangsamoro economy, one zone at a time.
Mag-watching kami sa Kailan, tanong ka sa akin ako. Bago lang tanong ba? Kasakit ko katawan, celebrate ka daw. Grand celebration na school ako. Bas, pinagrado ako. Grado ka naman.
Wait, 2 years. Master naman yung pinag-iwan.
Master? Ano kami mo? Pinaka,
Master naman na 2 years.
Nanapasan kay master? Ni master ka?
MTL.
Mapiyagit.
Major in.
Tapos ang sa mga po, ano?
Civil service ko lang.
Major in management.
Ay, may major in
Mag-exam ka, sayang.
Social organization.
Ay, dalawa ka ni opening civil service ah.
Open din.
Ay, ma-apply ka pero civil service
din. Pag-online ko. Ito na, manako na. Wala po ka.
Why?
Di, ijar ka mo.
Ano? Manigurado yun.
Yung mas repay na.
Natanitas. Bakit rin yung nalaga? Kita ginawin sa mga pa. Kaya sa mga muna, magaling sa parada magkukuha na. Tama po, tatangkat ka ba nga? Kata ba nga foundation mga mula na? Kata ba nga ito baka? Lala, ano ka ba din ah?
Parang po nito ah. Parang nga po tayo mga araw. May website po sa tunay.
Ano nga, tapos ito kagay sa ano, tapos ka nito. Ano nga mo?
Bicara to muna ka.
Why, sino?
Zero, muna ko lang. Why nga.
Why ingat ka no bo? Sinora pa, matapos ka sila, kanton mo nagwala siya. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to inform everyone that we will be back at 1:30 To those who wish to have the whole prayer, our masjid is actually located behind our stage there. We can actually walk, I think, 2 minutes away from our venue. And then 1:30, inshallah, we will start with our intellectual discussion regarding anything under the sun about economics. So how are we going to integrate the power Bangsamoro through the eco-zones, through the help of BESA and other stakeholders. So everyone, please enjoy your lunch. And we hope to see you 1:30, inshallah, for our panel discussion. Good day. We'd like to acknowledge our very own Honorable Vice Sandra Sema. Welcome to our activity, and I know that you're excited to witness and of course listen to the updates when it comes to empowering the economic zone in the Bangsamoro. And of course, I know that your fort is about the tourism, and she's actually the chair of the Tourism Promotion Board. And she's actually behind some of the very highlighted cultural activities here in Cotabato City and also in Baro. Honorable Vice Sandra, please welcome and please enjoy.